You know more than I do, so I ain't got to say nothing.
All right, thank you so much, Roger. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Y'all know the name. dSource.
There's also this drama that happened to Gamboa and Rios recently. Gamboa didn't show up to his press conferences and whatnot. What do you think about that? And maybe, how about you? I mean, I know you also want to fight Gamboa. What do you think about, you think about challenging Gamboa or whatnot?
Great for me. That was a big surprise for me. I mean, he calls out Manny Pacquiao, he calls out all these guys and stuff like that, and he fights with Rios and he doesn't show up and says they didn't want to fight anymore or never get the contract or whatever their dispute was. But
we fought before, like we didn't get the contract.
Yeah, but I mean, like with Archie, when I fought Archie, I didn't get to fight. I didn't get to sign the contract until the day of the weigh-ins.
Mm-hmm.
For that fact, there's a lot of fights that I fought with the Conception fight or even the other fights that I did not have. That I didn't sign the contract until I didn't have the opportunity to sign the contract until the day of the weigh-in, the week of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, things like that happen in boxing, and that's why we promote. But we always try to get on them now that this is what we want. This is what we want. We want in writing like a week, like a month or two before the fight, because we want to make sure that we do fight.
Yeah.
And that's why we're changing our style in terms of negotiating and getting them the contract beforehand, like the Montiel fight. We were able to get the Montiel fight because it's been a couple of years that we've been like, oh, you're going to fight him, oh, you didn't fight him, oh, and then we just decided, you know what, we want a two-fight deal. If I beat this guy, I want the next guy to be Montiel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we made it happen because they signed the contract, but it goes both ways. They can't ask for $1 million or $10 million right off the bat. It just doesn't work that way.
Definitely. So you think this is just one of those things that maybe Gamboa is afraid of Rios?
When you're a fighter, it's not really being afraid or anything like that. It's more of, I believe, there's guys out there that are afraid, but, for his caliber, I think that there's more to it than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard fight. He knows that it's going to be a hard, tough fight.
Mm-hmm.
And he might get his, he might get his O, a 1.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big possibility of that, and maybe the compensation and the whole thing. There's, like I said, there's a lot of things that goes behind fighters and the negotiation. It's just not what you see in front of you that's happening. Oh, he's backing out all of this and this and that. There probably is that type of mentality in the head that, oh, well, this guy's tough. Maybe I need more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this, it could be something. It could be something, but there is usually something. A lot of it is a multitude of of everything put together, like a little bit of fear, a little bit of less compensation, or promotional deals and that sort. A lot of it is put down to it because there's just the pieces are not put in place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a combination of things, and maybe he realizes the challenge of Rios. He wants more money. But how about you, man? Do you want to call out Gamboa? That would be a great fight. You think you?
That'd be a great fight. I'll take my time. I would like to fight the best guys out there, but I'm at 122 right now, and I'm not gonna skip to a division where I know I'm small. I'm still small for 122, and that's why I'm doing kettlebells, weightlifting, all kinds of stuff. And it's freaking hard to freaking gain weight, man. I don't know how people just jump up in weight and just go crazy and stuff, But for me, well, I'm skinny, so that has to do with a lot of people, a lot of the weight that I'm having problem with. Other guys are thick-boned and, have more bone mass than I do, and that's why they can gain weight faster. But for me, man, I wish my bone was as the density of it or the mass is more. I'm a skinny guy, so it's hard for me to gain weight.
Yeah, definitely.
As much as I look big in front of the TV, but in terms of weight, I'm small, man. I'm right now, I'm like running. I'm barely going to 130 after taking all this protein shake every day, every night. You know, eating steaks and stuff. I'll probably go to 132.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, when I get fat, somehow I go to 145. You know, but I don't want fat. I want muscle, man. You know, it's so hard because when you start training, you know, you start losing weight. You know, even if I sweat a lot, so if I'm lifting weight, I still sweat, so I'm still, like, cutting down weight. At the same time, I'm still putting weight on. But still, I don't know how the hell, you know, I need to do something. I need to do something.
You need to hang out with me more, man, so you get fat.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's just, you know, and when I work really hard, so, you know, I sweat a lot, and I ended up losing more weight than anything. If I'm not doing anything, I gain weight. But it's not the weight that I want in my body.
Definitely. So, those talks about Mijares, is there any truth to that? So it's still most likely Nishioka and Arce?
Well, that's the thing is, that's the guy that
doing my job, 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 doing